Hi, today we're gonna do a signature sculpt session. We're gonna be using a set of dumbbells, a little bit of ankle weights if you have them, and a mini loop band if you have that as well. So let's get started on the mat. So you can start by sliding your back on the mat. So find a way to deepen yourself all the way down, and then walk your feet a little closer to your hips and a little wider than your hips if necessary. And then expand your arms out into a T shape. Palms are gonna face up to the ceiling. Allow your head to relax right between the shoulders. And then both knees are gonna drop over to the right side. See if you can stack your knees, maybe even your feet touch. And then take a big breath, expand out of the left arm, and then take your right arm and clap it right over the right, match your fingertips and slide it through your chest all the way to expand over to the left side. You can add your gaze, moving your hand all the way across the right hand, and then sliding to open the chest and expand to the left. Do this a couple more times just to feel that big expansive breath in your chest. Big drop of the shoulders, and then hold yourself here. Try and keep those shoulder blades on the floor. Take your hands and interlock them right behind the back of the head. Keep your knees heavy to the right side. Take a giant breath, and as you exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Try and lift the chest right in the center, and then lower it down. So think of that right shoulder trying to lift as high as it can off the ground, and again, chin falls off the chest, head heavy into your palms, elbows stay nice and wide, and we're going for that deep breath out as we curl up and out of your chest. So start to feel that abdominal curl, little tuck up, and then release. Do this 2 more times, and then on that last time, we're gonna stay up. We're gonna just pulse at the top. Head is heavy, neck is heavy, and then little pulses. Try and look toward your tummy. Think of lifting rather than pulling forwards. 3 more, 2 more, last one, and then when you're ready, slowly drop your head 1 more time. Next time I curl up, I'm gonna pick up my top left knee towards my chest, and maybe I can kick it a little longer towards the front of the mat as I lengthen. So do this again, big crunch, and then inhale. Do this again, try and feel that pull of the thigh up a little bit like you're pressing the band down with the right leg and expanding it up and in with the left leg. Start to add a little more volume to this. Maybe do it a little faster. Think of pointing your left toes up and out, finding a slightly more activation in that left oblique. 2 more, and then that last one, we're gonna hold it here, stretch your top leg long, and then stretch it longer and pulse it off the floor little inches. Maybe add a tiny pull out of that right shoulder, lifting yourself up and out of the shoulder blades a little further. 3, 2, and 1. Take a second to drop down. Bring your arms 1 more time into that T shape. Take a big breath, and then lift your feet and move both knees over to the left side. Let your knees stay heavy to the left side. Take a big breath. Right arm is gonna cross all the way to the left, and then through the chest, open and expand the right shoulder. Beautiful. So we're getting a big rotation through the mid back, finding a little more release into the shoulder blades, adding a gaze over with that moving hand to open up the neck as well. Hold yourself nice and open through the chest. Hands are gonna interlock right behind the back of the head. Take a big breath, legs heavy. Exhale as you pick up that left shoulder. Try and even your chest to the ceiling. Drop it down. Do this again 2 more times. So it's not gonna give you that biggest lift, but you really wanna feel that little quake at the top, that little pull of the abdomen in. Think of lifting the shoulders evenly off the mat, and then hold that 2 more. And then the last one, you're gonna hold it up at the top. Relax your head into your palms and then lift yourself up, really thinking of the rib cage pulling up and in as you lift your shoulders off the mat. For 3, 2, and 1. Drop the head 1 more moment, take a breath. Next time we're gonna lift up, we're gonna pull the right knee toward your chest, and then the right leg is gonna extend out. Try and keep the band steady down with the left knee, the bottom leg, as you reach up and out from that right leg. Everything pulls to the center on the breath out, everything expands as we inhale. Do this a little quicker, just a few more times. Think of the knee opening out the band a little wider to the side. Just 2 more, and at that last very one, we're gonna hold your chest up. You're gonna extend the right leg longer, point your toes, pull it an inch away from the midline, and then tiny little lifts. Maybe add that tiny pulse. Think of left shoulder pulling a centimeter off the mat for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath, bring both legs back to the mat. Open your hands, maybe a goalpost position with your arms, and windshield wipe your knees side to side. Okay, a little more into deep core, a little more focus on obliques. Pull your belly down, take your hands back behind your head, and then lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Now let's stay here for a second and just lift your right knee up to a tabletop. Push your right hand against your right thigh to kind of lock them in. Make sure knees right over the hip, and then lift your chest 1 centimeter higher. See if you can take a breath, and as you exhale, extend your left leg long to the front of the mat, and then pull your left knee to match your right. Do this again. Inhale to expand the left leg, lift the chest, and then pull back in. Do this a little quicker. Inhale out, exhale in. So that right leg is steady, right? This is our antagonist, always holding the body still as we move through that left side of the body. 2 more. And on that last one, we're gonna hold your left leg long. Now maybe go a little less slow with that left leg, and then lift your head, neck, and shoulders, add the right hand to the back of the head. Can you match your right leg towards your left, right in the center, and then pull it back in? So my left leg is frozen in time. I'm just lengthening out 45 degrees. Keep your low back pushing against the mat. If that means you need to drop your head or lengthen your hands to the back of the low back, you can do that. But I'm gonna stay lifted out of my head. It always keeps my back a little more easy into the ground. One more time. And then hold that last one. Right toe is gonna touch just the left knee. I'm gonna dart my left leg even lower. And then I'm gonna keep my head lifted. I'm gonna touch my tailbone a little bit high as I swing my legs up and down. So keep that little pointed right toe towards the left inner thigh, and then tuck your tailbone by lifting your sacrum a little bit off the mat, finding a slight reverse curl. And then there's a little momentum there, a little more swing as you inhale, lower the leg, exhale to pull everything to the midline, elbows wide, eyes up. 2 more, last one, and then we're gonna hold that 45 angle, pull the chest an inch higher, and then switch your knees, go for the Chris and go for the cross. If you feel like you wanna add a little more, move your opposite elbow towards that lifted knee, and then switch, and then again, circle the elbow side to side. Think of moving less from the head, more from the mid section of your waist. Just 4 of these, 3 or 2 more, and we're gonna have to drop down because we have to adjust the mat as the band isn't rolled up. Give yourself a second. Pull the band back right above the knees, and we're doing the other side. So I'm already sore in my abs, but we do have that left side coming up. Take a big breath and relax the neck. Take a lift out of your head, neck, and shoulders. Look at your tummy, make sure it's flat. And then as you breathe out, pick up your left knee. Left hand's gonna press against the left thigh. Hold them there solid, locking them in. And then take another big breath, pull an inch higher, pick up the right leg. See if you can lengthen the right leg long towards the ground, and then exhale to pull it in. Do this again, inhale, press. So again, focus on the left side of the body, stabilizing as we move very accurately through the right side. Everything nice and long, everything pressed down through the low back, tailbone pointing directly to the front of my mat. Perfect. Now that last time, we're gonna hold that right leg long. You're gonna see if you can add your left hand to your head. Maybe the right leg goes up a little bit. Take a big breath, push your belly button through the floor, and then left leg reaches to the right. Try and match them at the very same spot. Right in front of you. If you need to go a little higher, go a little higher. Try and get the legs to get long and away from the hip line. Keep the hips steady on the mat. You got 2 more here. Big breath. One more time, inhale to expand, exhale to contract, and then left toe comes all the way to the right knee. Lower the legs a little bit to find a little more momentum, and then lift it up as you pick up your tailbone a centimeter off the floor. Try and think of hip bones pulling toward your ribs. Back is plastered on the mat. Use your right toe as a lever. Think of your left knee toward your eyeball as you pick yourself up and down along the mat. Go for a few more here, 3 more. Good, exhale as you contract. Inhale, last one. And then hold it low, go for the Chris and the cross. Move your leg, one long, one bent, and then start to add that little rotation from the ribs, moving your chest to the opposite direction. Just for 5, 4, 3. Let your elbow touch all the way across the knee, 2, and finish on the opposite side, and then release down for a second. Take a breath, move your knees a little side to side. That was great for your core. We do one more thing just to connect a little the posterior chain, the back of the body. Band goes right above the knees, so again, same position, lower part of the thigh, and then you're gonna clap the soles of the feet together, bring the razor edges of your feet towards the mat, and then let's take one more time, hands to the back of the head. Okay, let's keep your back down for a second, keep your head nice and steady right in the middle, and then you're gonna push into the edges of your feet, and you're gonna lift your hips about an inch or 2 off the ground, and then lower down. So I want you just to start to feel that length out of your low back. So it's not just that lift and squeeze from the back, it's a little more of that pull of the hips forwards, like they're reaching toward your toes. You wanna feel active through the front of the body, so we're not lifting too high. I'm trying to keep my ribs steady on the mat, and just think of lifting a little bit from the mid-low back part. Last one, we're gonna hold your hips at that very low spot, and you're gonna start to flutter your knees down to the floor. So it's never an in and out, it's just that down and push, down and push. Clap the soles of the feet together, so you feel that little connection from the inner thighs, and it's gonna activate your pelvic floor muscles. 4 of these, 3 more, just that rotation outwards, the outer part of your thighs, abduction on the legs, 2 and 1. Hold the legs out, and then keep your hips at a hover. See if you can lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe they don't come high, but as much as you can, keeping your tailbone moving toward your toes. And then lower the head, lower the hips. Let's do everything together. So we lift, crunch, and then pull back. So it's gonna give you a little smaller range of motion for the crunch, but you're gonna feel a little more connection in your low back as you press the knees out. So press the knees further out as you pull your chest up. Let's do 2 more. Again, not curling from the neck. Think of lifting from the 2 bottom ribs, and then hold yourself up with the chest. Knees are gonna push out, just little flutters out. Open yourself a little further with the elbows, with the knees, like they're coming towards the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second, drop your head. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna work a little more side bodies, but we're gonna add a little more glutes and a little more arms. So if you have an extra dumbbell, you can hold in your top hand, do that. So I'm gonna start on my bottom forearm, making sure it's right under my shoulder, and again, lifting out of that side body. Knees are gonna come together a little closer to the edge of the mat, and my feet are stacked right behind my hips, keeping myself in a stacked line, shoulders and hips. Grab the weight with your top hand and just reach it up to the sky for a second, and then drive the elbow a little behind you, making sure the thumb is pointing toward your face. We're gonna push up and out of that right hip, bottom hip, and then lift up and then lower down. So do this a few more times just to make sure you're not leaning back, everything feels nice and steady. And when you're ready, we're gonna add an extension of the top arm and then pull it back towards your ribs. So everything expands up, lengthening out, and then pull it down. We're gonna add the top leg, extend the top leg all the way out, and then pull it back in. Everything lifted, everything pulls down. Inhale as we press, exhale to lower down. We're gonna go for a few more here, just breathe out and in, last 2. And then we're gonna try and hold the hip up in that modified plank. So press off the bottom knee, hold yourself up, send the arm a little closer to the floor, but pin the top shoulder up to make sure you're not leaning forwards. We're gonna bend the knee as we pull the elbow and roll it back, and then extend the leg up. So my bottom hip stays nice and steady. Think of lifting from that bottom rib, and then lifting from that bottom shoulder, pulling the air away from the neck. Everything pulls to the center line. Think of twisting hip to rib, and then expanding it out. 2 more here, just this. Last one, and then we're gonna add a little more. So we're gonna hold the arm and leg, we're gonna take a press up of the arm, and we're gonna bend down. So we're gonna go back to all 3 together, find a combination. We press and lengthen, drop the arm towards the floor, pull it back as we pull the knee to the chest, lengthen it back, stretch it up, and everything drops down. So find that full combination. Reach up, bring it towards the ground, exhale, think of the chest staying closer towards your bottom thumb, reach up and pull back. 2 more, inhale up, lengthen out, drive it in, find that reach, and then all the way up. Last one, inhale, breathe, reach, take it back, pull it in, slide it out. Let's hold that one more time, arm up, leg up, and then pulse your hip, your leg, everything you can lift off the floor. 4 of these, 3 more, 2, last one. Take a second to drop everything down. We're gonna take 1 more curl back over towards your backside. The same leg that was lifted is gonna now be the bottom leg. So I'm gonna keep that left foot down to the floor. For me, it was my left. And I'm gonna pick up the opposite leg tabletop. I'm gonna hold the weight in the same hand. My opposite hand is gonna press a little wider to the floor. Take a breath here. Open that elbow a little wider to the side, and then go for a single glute bridge as you press the arm to the ceiling. Take a breath, exhale up. So I want you to find that single chest press. Maybe there's a little more tempo here. Just give me 4 of these. Last 3. Try to keep the outer hip even, so hips are leveled. 2 more. Pull that 1 more time, arm and leg up to the sky. Flip your palm towards you, and then start to move the arm a little out to the side, and then pull it in. Can you do the same thing with that lifted leg? So opening the leg away from the midline, and then suctioning everything together. Make sure the hips are staying leveled. So press out, 2-3 inches out, and then close it in. 2 more, inhale. Keep stabilizing your bottom leg, making sure the bottom knee stays towards the ceiling. And then 1 more time, we're adding 1 more thing. Hold yourself right in the center. Can you move your top toe to the ground in front of you as you move your back arm towards the floor behind you? And then pull them to the center. Do this again. Inhale. The whole time the hips are lifted, the hips are leveled. We're keeping the chin slightly to the chest, neck is long, and finding that full pull over. And then exhale. Let's do all 3 together. Palm's gonna face your thigh. You're gonna drop the hips, drop the elbow. Push as high as you can towards the ceiling, arm and hip. You're gonna turn the palm in, open the leg a little off the midline, same with the arm to the opposite direction. Everything to the center, and then everything moves away south and north on your mat. Touch it down, push it up. Let's do all 3 with a little more tempo. We go down, push up, out, pull in, lower down, pull it back to the center. A couple more times. 1 press, One wide extension and wide pull over with the toe tap. 2 more. 1 up and out. Open, shut, maybe try and go a little bigger on that range, not losing that connection on that bottom foot. Last one, press and pull, open out, and then take that reach back. Hold yourself in the center, extend your top leg to the sky and just pulse out of that bottom heel. Maybe lift your bottom toes off the floor, reach higher out of the chest for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second, and we're gonna do this on the other side. So you're gonna flip yourself up, you're gonna take a little turn to the opposite direction, and then you're gonna come to the bottom elbow. Mine's gonna be my left. I'm gonna talk in top and bottom terms. Bring your knees below your hips, walk your feet behind you. Top hand's gonna hold the weight if you wanna add it. Take a breath, make sure everything's stacked so you're not extending out of the bottom elbow, and then pull your hips up and lower down. Good. Let's add that arm. Reach it to the sky. We're gonna pull it all the way behind your rib and then expand and lift it as we lift the hip. Do this again. Inhale down, exhale, lift. Perfect. Try and keep that top hip pulling forwards as much as you can so you're not pulling it back. Now let's add that top leg as well, lengthening it away from the hip, like somebody's pulling your ankle and reaching it away from your shoulder. Pull it out and then pull it in. 2 more, just a side plank reach and then back. 1 more time. Take a big breath, hold it. Try and stabilize by lifting out of the bottom rib. Send the arm all the way parallel to the floor, plug the shoulder into the back. Give me 1 knee pull with the elbow pulling towards the back, and then press it out. Do this again. Exhale, rotate as you drive the knee to the chest, elbow back, reach out. Let's take all 3 together. Reach your arm up, lift the hip, everything down to the ground. Lift it up, bring it in front of you, and then exhale to slide it back. Inhale, reach up, pull it down, everything up, lengthen out, pull it in. Perfect. We have to match the first side, so you got 1 more to go. Inhale up, take it down, pull it in. Last one, we're gonna hold it at the top. Just pulse that top leg, open the chest, reach the arm even higher, pull out of that bottom shoulder for 4. Point the toes, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath, drop down. Take yourself fully back onto your shoulders and your hips. We're gonna do the same thing, opposite hand, opposite knee. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my bottom heel down. That's gonna be my right this time. Right hand has the weight. Left hand can press a little wider on an angle to the side. Turn the thumb a little closer under the rib, open the elbow below shoulder line. Push your hips off the ground, make sure the feet are a little closer. You're gonna elevate your left foot off the ground. You can keep a little bend there. Press your hips up, press the chest. Single arm press in a full glute bridge. Push it up and drop it down. Perfect. Try and keep the shoulders heavy into the mat. Elevate your hip that's lifted to really make sure it matches that driving foot, and then hold yourself at the top. Flip your thumb towards your face, take a breath, and then start to open the arm away from the lifted leg as it pulls across the body, everything back to the midline. So again, make sure that bottom knee stays towards the ceiling. You're working a little more through that anchored arm to make sure nothing moves out of the chest to shoulders, and it's the slightest little push away from the midline. And then hold everything to the center, pick up the hips another centimeter. See if you can reach the arm behind you as you drop your toes, maybe your heel to the floor below you, and then reach it up. Do this again. So feel that 2-way stretch, pulling back and then driving in. Keep that right big toe pushing down, maybe lift the hips an inch higher. 1 more time, and then we're gonna go for that full combination, all 3 moves together. So take a second, turn the palm towards your thigh. Lower your hips, lower the elbow, 1 chest press. Turn the palm in, 1 leg and arm away from the center. Hold them and then reach them all the way across the mat. 2, 3 more times. Inhale down, big press. Take it out through the sides, find the center, reach it back as you extend out of that right shoulder. Take 2 more here, hips all the way down, all the way up. Open up, stabilize your hip in that same spot. Reach it back 1 more time. Big breath, inhale down, up. Take that lengthen out. We have our finale here, which is going to be that left leg in the air, the right arm reaching towards it, and then pulse your hips as high as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second. Okay, we're gonna give the weights a break. We're gonna hug your knees to your chest. You can even take the band off because we're gonna use it a little different. So you're gonna grab it, you're gonna curl up. So I switched the ankle weights to my ankles, And then I'm gonna use the band, keep the dumbbells nearby for a little bit later. So the band is gonna go between your 4 fingers and your thumbs, and you're gonna press it down with the bottom hand, kind of lock it into the floor. And then the top hand, you can even grip it a little different, kind of make a fist around it. Send that same top leg all the way to the edge. Make sure the outer edge of the foot is pressing down so you have that full traction from the foot. And then take a breath and then start to row the top arm towards the ceiling and then release it down. So my bottom hand is doing a lot of work to kind of lock the band in place, anchor it down, and then I'm pulling through and coming back with a lot of control. Take a big breath as you rotate. Start to feel that top rib pulling up as you pull the elbow to the ceiling and that slow connection to the ground. Perfect. Now see if you can stay here for one more time, and maybe on the next row you can add that top leg and lift it in the same line as the hip and then touch it to the floor. So find a little more resistance in that right leg, lifting from the outer hip, pushing down. Let's go for 2 more. And then last one, we're gonna hold it at the top. Stay here for a second and then pull the right knee towards your chest, send it out and then touch it to the floor as you release the arms. Let's do this together. Pull the elbow in the leg, bend the knee, hold the row, reach it out and then release. So we have that little pause at the top, open, hold it up, bend the knee, extend it out and release it. 2 more, big breath, pull it in, press it out and down. Last one, take a reach, bend, extend out, lower down. Perfect. Lock the foot down to the floor, lift yourself fully up, and then bring the band between your hands. Take a second, maybe flip your palms to face outsides, roll the shoulders down the back, depress the shoulders as you pull the stomach in. Take a lean over to the left side of the room like you're leaning to the floor, and then reach up. So I'm pushing away from the lifted leg, lifting and lengthening out, and then pushing back. So find that connection into the outer foot, and then elongate from the side bodies, the obliques, pull it back to center. One more time here, we're gonna add. We're gonna stay over towards the side, and then you're gonna stay long from the top hand, maybe pull with the bottom arm. Reach it up and release. So palms facing out, gives me a little more rotation from the shoulders, and then I'm adding that same pull, this time with my bottom arm, keeping my top arm reaching up with that anchored band. Got 2 more, just that press. Last one here. Bottom arm pulls down, and then hold the last one. Turn your palms to face each other, and then we're gonna tip your chest back, bend the elbows like you're touching the shoulder blades with your thumbs, and then push up and out. So find that slight hinge back with the hips, trying to find that tricep connection. Elbows are gonna point straight up, try and keep them narrow, and then maybe there's a little more press out into the band with the back of the palms. Inhale, press, just 2 more. Perfect. Maybe the band even doesn't touch your ponytail as you try and reach it behind your neck. For a little more range of motions, hold the last one. Keep your chest up tall and then push the band out. Keep your elbows pointing forwards for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second, bring it down. Let's do the other side. So we're gonna just stretch the opposite leg out. We're gonna start with the bottom hand anchoring the band, top hand is gonna grab it, and then make sure the bottom hand is right under the shoulders. Same with the bottom knee right under the hip, outer foot is locked out. Take a breath, give me that pull, roll through the chest, and then release. Same concept, opening up the top rib, the top elbow, pulling back. Last 2, just the top arm, squeeze it in, feel the shoulder blades contract, pull the lats in, the back of the body, and then last one, we're gonna add a lift of the left leg and drop. So same arm, same leg moving upwards, pushing down through the bottom arm, and then we're gonna add that knee pull. Hold it there for a second, get the knee toward your chest, send it out, and then lower down toe and arm. So everything pulls up, everything pulls in, hold the elbow to the ceiling, reach up, and release. 2 more. Inhale up, pull the knee, stretch it, try and keep that leg as high as possible, maybe a pointed toe. 1 more here. Good. Take a second, and then we're gonna reach up and out. So we're gonna lift the band. We're gonna hold it with your palms facing outwards. Push the outer foot into the floor. Make sure the hip is forwards. And then tip the body over towards the floor by your side. And then lift. Arms are right by your ears. Try and keep the shoulders connected right above the hips. Even think of the tailbone slightly tucked under as you keep the torso very steady. Trunk is very extended, lifting from the bottom hip as much as possible. Hold the tip over to the side as much as you can. And then the bottom arm is gonna pull down as you extend. This is not as easy on the top arm as it looks. That top arm has to anchor down. So think of reaching that energy, that connection from the top fist, pulling up and against the bottom arm, moving down. Find that resistance. 2 more here. Big lift. 1 more big reach. Pull it through the side, hold it. Turn the palms to face each other. Go 1 more time for the tricep. Touch the shoulder blades, elbows nice and narrow. Reach up, keep the chin a little bit lined with the chest, long back of the neck, and then move from the hips, pulling back and forth, and then pressing out. Keep the band slightly pushed out, keeping the shoulders active here. And then 1 more time. Hold yourself up, bend the elbows, and just push the band out. Try and keep your elbows pointing straight in front of you. 4 of these. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's take a second. Come out of this. We're gonna take the band on your right thigh. So I'm gonna loop it right on my leg, bring it just to the back of the thigh, and the same right hand is gonna hold it. And then I'm gonna pivot myself into a little lunge. Maybe you need to pull yourself a little further back, making sure the left knee is below my left hip, back heel is high, chest is hinged, and the front knee is right above the ankle. Use your opposite hand to kind of roll the hip bone down, and then take a breath, flatten the palm as it looks towards your face, and then give it a nice curl and just sit your hips back. Try and find an even bend in your knees, and then right heel presses down, front heel, and then make sure that back heel is nice and lifted. So I'm gonna really think of bringing the palm towards my face rather than pulling it towards me. Think of the elbow extending away from the body, and then moving from the hips, keeping the chest in that slight hinge, tailbone pulls back. Perfect, so go for that single bicep curl. Try not to break the wrist, keeping the wrist just in line with the forearm. And then hold yourself at the bottom and give me tiny dips and push that arm like it's pulling towards your nose. Little pulses for 4. Maximum extension into that band. 3 more, 2. Last one, hold it. Take a second to pivot that back leg, open into a wide second position. Maybe press the arm a little further away from the midline, draw the elbow back, and turn yourself back in, little curl. Again, rotate from that hip, pull yourself out, wrapping the hips, and then drawing the hip back to that square position. Do this again, pulling out, press the arm a little bit away, and then draw it back towards you. 1 more time, up and out, and then last one, we're gonna hold that wide position. Take your toes out, your heels, and hold it. Maybe you can bring both fingertips over to your ear. It's a little harder on that banded side, and then tip your body towards the thigh. Pull it up. Think of elbow to the knee, pushing from the opposite heel down, and then leaning over. 1 more set of obliques, centering your shoulders over the hips every single time. Chest stays proud, tailbone stay tucked, and then 2 more. Just this, and back. Pull that last one in. Tiny pulses. Sit into your hips a little deeper. Think of leaning deeper towards the floor behind you for 3, 2, and 1. Take a second. Okay, we're gonna do 1 more thing with that band on your thighs. This time, both legs are gonna loop inside of it. Let's grab the dumbbells. Okay, band above the knees, find your dumbbells, and then I'm gonna stay here standing, but in a little staggered stance. So match your feet, and then bend the knees, and then walk your same leg that was in a lunge, a tiny step behind your front heel. Take a moment here, pull the palms to face up, and then elbows lightly before your ribs. Sit your hips back into that little kind of single leg squat, and then pull yourself half of the way up, elbows towards your ribs. Do this again. Lengthen out and then pull it in. So serve your arms like you're holding a platter, reaching out, sitting into your hips, making sure that right heel, that front heel is your working leg, and the back toe is just there for support, for stability. Good. Now let's hold that last one here. Can you open the arms a little bit as you press that lifted, elevated foot a little wider with the knee? Bring it back to the center and then pull it back. So let's do this again. We're gonna extend out, open wide, pull it in, and then press. Can you do this a little bit quicker? Down, out, in. Now, as much as I wanna rotate my knee and open the hip, I wanna make sure the big toe stays grounded, and that opposite leg, that grounded front heel, is into the floor, not moving with that extended hip. 2 more. Guys, we're working on stabilizing, wrapping in. Last one, take a breath. And let's hold ourselves here, just tiny wraps. Hold the knee back, push your thumbs a little behind you, maybe lengthen the arms an inch for 3, for 2, and 1. Everything comes to the center. Hold the weights by grabbing the edges of the numbers, and then push them about a foot in front of you. You can push them into the floor like little candlesticks. Now that's gonna make your body go even lower as you lengthen your hip bones and try and find the flattest back ever. push that back leg as long as you can towards the ceiling, and then bend it half of the way and make sure it's behind your body. Push your chest past the weights as you lift the leg, and then pull it back down. Do this again. Try and lengthen the center of your hips, thinking of your hip bones pulling back and out, shifting the weight to your heel every time you extend the leg. Now on that last one, we're gonna try and hold for a little bit of balance. Stay with that left leg back, and then bend the knee in half, flex your foot towards the ceiling, and see if you can go for tiny donkey kicks. Hold it there, open your chest, sit a little lower on your standing leg for 4, 3, 2, last one, very good. Okay guys, we're gonna do the whole thing on the other side. So when you're ready, we're gonna get started with a little more into the legs. I'm gonna start with just the band. So move your dumbbells out of the way. You're gonna loop the right leg out, that's the opposite leg, and we're gonna take the same thing on the left side. So left hand, left thigh, and then I'm gonna start by standing with my feet hip width apart. When I'm ready, I'm gonna squat. I'm gonna step my right foot behind me, and I'm gonna find a little kind of lunge. So 90 degrees, both legs, shift a little more weight back, sink your hips forward, extend that top arm in front of you, and go for that single bicep curl. Just in and back. Maybe add a little hip dip. Every time I pull my palm towards my face, I wanna try and sink my hips a little further back. Perfect, stay low, never coming fully up out of this. Always keeping an active contraction in the legs. And then last two, we're gonna hold at the bottom, we're gonna pulse, take a breath, and then hold it, a little push. Wing the band all the way toward your face as you push your hips back below for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here. We're gonna rotate out of the hip, open out and reach the arm a little further away from you. Find that extension from the shoulder. Pull it back, rotate the hip all the way to the ground. So we're gonna add that little bicep curl. So pull it in and up, and then pull it up and towards you. Maybe extension on the wide position, maybe a little pull and contraction of the biceps as you lunge. Really easy on that back ankle, finding that transition from the hip, and then it will translate down to the knee and the ankle. And then we do this really smoothly. One more time, we stay up to the side. Take a moment to hold yourself out. Open up your fingers toward your ears. Little tip towards the banded side, pull it back. So again, try and even out your waistline as much as possible here, even though the band is really tensing me up on that same direction. 2 more. Lean the elbow back and then hold it back and just tip it towards the floor. Maybe pulse your hips, sink your back heel a little deeper. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath, band over your thighs. Last position here, standing on your feet. Place it above your knees, grab your dumbbells, staggered stance. So my left foot's gonna stay forwards, my right toes are gonna go a tiny step behind me. I'm gonna hold my dumbbells. I'm gonna turn a little bit towards you so you can see me. So you're gonna take a big reach, hips move back, arms extend forwards, everything pulls back. Take a breath. Inhale to expand, pull it back. So never coming fully up, always thinking of coming up about 3/4 of the way. So I'm always keeping my joints soft and we're never pulling out of the contraction. Nice work, 2 more here. And then the last one, I'm gonna hold it at the bottom. Stay here for a second and then press the arms out as you open up that knee and then draw it in. Good, do this again. Open out and then let's add it into the combo. We go up, hinge and serve, open out, close it and lift. So take that push back, open out, imagine the chair behind you. You wanna reach your hips all the way to hover off of it. Wiggle your front toes, making sure you're driving from the heel. Hamstring actively holding me down, wrapping from the outer thigh. 2 more. Up and out, back. Last one, hold it. Take it here and just tiny pulses out, just for 5. Wrap from the hip, not from the knee, not from the toes. Open the thumbs even further out for 3, 2, and 1. Take a second. Hold the weights like 2 candlesticks. Push them about a foot in front of you, push them against the ground. You're gonna kick that back leg all the way up and drive it in. Try and find that flat back. Think of swimming your heart towards your weights, opening your chest. Think of that slight arch in your back if that feels good. Deep bend in your front leg, all the way down and up. One more time, activating those hip extensors, kicking back all the way. Last one, hold the leg up, bend the knee in half. Flex your foot and drive the knee up as you open your heart. Pull your body forwards just for 5, just 4. Almost there, higher knee for the finish. 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath, take a bow. Give yourself a second. You can even turn to kind of open your legs a little wider.
fold your body in half, bend the knees as generously as you need to, and then very slowly push off your feet. Take a breath, slowly rise up, and we are fully done. Give yourself a second. Hands to your heart. Thank you.